So who's going to do what?
I'll pack the dead batteries.
Great.
I'll only put what I don't need into a duffel bag.
Perfect. That's totally unhelpful.
No problem.
Meanwhile, I will try to comfort everyone by speaking in a calm voice. And who is going to handle supplies?
I can forget to do a list for us.
Thanks, pal.
We couldn't be any less prepared. I'm proud of you guys.
Talk to your kids about who to call, where to meet, what to pack. Visit ready.gov/kids for tips and information.
Welcome to the third quarter edition of Headquarter Highlights. I'm your host, Melissa Gridley, and with us again today is Masonite's CEO and President, Fred Lynch. Welcome, Fred.
It's great to be here, Melissa.
So we usually start off talking about a topic that is near and dear to all of our hearts, the safety of our Masonite employees. Can you tell us where we are this quarter as opposed to maybe where we want to be?
Yeah, certainly. I think overall this year we've actually had pretty good safety performance. If you think about where we were last year at this time, last year we had an injury rate of about 1.97 injuries per 100 employees, which we call our total incident rate, or TIR. As of the end of October this year, we're at about 1.56. We've had 40 less injuries as of this year, at this time this year, as compared to last year, which is an amazing improvement from where we are. Our goal was to be a little bit better than that. We had hoped to have a TIR of 1.51. We still have a chance to get there if we continue to focus on safety through the end of the year, and that'll be quite an accomplishment.
So it sounds like we had a pretty good third quarter safety-wise, although we do have room for improvement. How do our third quarter financials stack up against the third quarter last year?
So in the third quarter of 2013, our sales as a company on a global basis were up about 2%. Which was not really as high as we've seen in other companies and in the market in general. Our earnings, or what we call our EBITDA, which is our measure of profit, was up about 13.5%, which was very nice performance considering that our sales were only up a little bit. And that's because of our focus on profitable growth. We've been focusing around the company on making sure that we're getting paid for the value for the products that we deliver to our customers ultimately. We are very happy with the focus on profitability and all the good work that folks are doing in the company. And I think overall our investors felt good about where we were in the third quarter.
Now, looking forward, say to the next 3 years, I know that we'd recently had a global strategy meeting. Mm-hmm. What were some of the strategic initiatives that came out of that? Coming
out of the strategic summit that we had this year, there's really 4 strategic platforms that we're focused on for the next 3 to 5 years. The first is automation acceleration. We have seen great benefits in quality, lead times, even cost as we automate our processes. And so we want to continue to invest in automation, like what we have done in the Dixon, Tennessee plant with fiberglass, what we've done in the Laurel, Mississippi plant with the back end of the fiberglass skin, the robotics that we put in places like in Douve in France and in the UK, where we put robotic CNC routers in place that are state of the art, and then most recently the large investment we've made in the Denmark, South Carolina plant. So we want to continue to do that. The second platform is electronic enablement. The world continues to become more and more electronic. We see that in everything we do. We need to make sure that all our systems and processes are electronically enabled so that we can keep up with the competition. The next platform for the company remains product line leadership. We need to have the best products out there. We want to have the most cutting-edge, innovative technologies. We'll be investing quite a bit more in 2014 in R&D compared to what we did in 2013. And then the final platform is sales and marketing excellence. How do we make sure that we're out there in front getting a larger share, not because we're lowering prices or doing things to steal share from a competitor, but because we're out there showing the service capabilities that we have. All of the aspects of service, of sales, and marketing excellence will be part of our growth strategy going forward.
Do you have any final thoughts for us before we wrap it up today?
Well, as always, I want to thank all of the employees for all of the great work they're doing at Masonite. We are making and have made great progress on our blueprints. We've come through the downturn as a much stronger, more capable company, and it's really as a result of all of, again, the hard work, the great efforts, the type of values that our employees are displaying throughout the world. And so to all our employees, again, thank you. Be safe, let's work smart, and let's win together.
Thanks, Fred. And thank you very much for joining us today for this episode of Headquarter Highlights. We'll see you again next quarter.